Whenever you're evaluating a new product or new service, how often do you go to the pricing page immediately? That's your first step. That happens quite a bit. And so today we're going to talk about something you should really stop doing as it relates to your sales process. Let's dive in. All right, welcome to another episode of CAS Minute. Today we're going to talk about something you should stop doing in sales immediately, today. So, the industry is in a state of transition. The productization of our service is becoming more and more prevalent. Thus, we're starting to see lower value services go out there at much lower prices. When you look at the industry in general, when you look at the opportunities that your prospects have, they're going to come across solutions that are $300 a month for outsourced accounting or bookkeeping services. They're going to come across these solutions that are really relatively low value, but they're very attractive based on price. And so what we want to do is differentiate ourselves and lead, since we're a CAS practice, client advisory services. We want to make sure that we're leading with advisory, we're leading with value. Like I mentioned at the front end, oftentimes, prospects will go straight to a pricing page to understand what is this going to cost me, rather than what value is this going to provide. Many firms out there will publish their pricing. Will publish their pricing in a 3-tier model that implicitly anchors your prospect to a specific price. Our clients don't really understand what all goes into pricing, goes into providing a great service, goes into creating a great accounting environment that operates seamlessly, that helps them scale and grow and eliminates a lot of pain in their lives. So by nature of having pricing on your website specific to services that you're providing, you're effectively extracting the equation of how much value is this providing. I believe there are still reasons to do that. If you are a little bit more of a productized type firm and you've got very specific types of services that you offer, okay, I can get it if there's a lot of commonality there. However, in the world of CAS, client advisory services, we need to be selling on value, not price. So you should immediately stop displaying your price on your website. Pause. Yeah, it feels kind of icky, right? Like, oh, we have to have a consultative custom conversation to then give them a price. You think it may scare some prospects away? If they don't have a price listed, then they might not reach out. I can assure you that when you publish your price, you're likely going to be attracting those price-sensitive clients that just take a look at the website, they're looking at the bronze plan, and they say, okay, this is $600 a month. Well, that's going to be what they expect when they come into conversation with you during the sales process. So when you focus on being a lower cost option, you publish your pricing, you really attract clients who are only interested in that solution. So that may lead to high churn, lower satisfaction. Ultimately, it becomes a race to the bottom on price. So they may move out of your services 6 months, a year later, because they want to find a cheaper option that exists. And so we really want to default to our expertise and not devalue our expertise. So we want to increase the perceived value of our expertise and our advisory services. And we want to establish ourselves as that trusted advisor. You know, it's a cliche in our industry to say that, but ultimately you need to be able to communicate that value proposition really, really well, even if it's on a pricing page. So you can have a pricing page on your website. I think that's great. What I like to do is provide an example of what pricing looks like. We're not going to peg it to a specific service. We're not going to peg it to a starting at value, but rather try to help your prospects understand what's a general environment of what I should expect. At the end of the day, you really want that pricing page to differentiate yourself based on your expertise, on the value that you provide. That will then tailor to a better ROI for the prospects coming in and help them better understand what are the pain points, what are the problems that you will solve for them. So you can reframe this really, really well on your pricing page, on your home page. But ultimately, like us, when we're going to shop for products or services, it's really easy to default straight to the pricing page. What is this going to cost me? And that's just the nature of the world that we live in today on how we buy services. But I think you have a really good opportunity to educate clients and prospects really well on that pricing page without displaying a specific price. That enables you to be a little bit more tailored, a little bit more custom, and more advisory focused when you get into that initial conversation. So I hope that's helpful. More next time.